Yo, this your motherfucking boy King No Uncensored, and bruh. Look, man, I understand it, man. Either way, it's a no-win for us real basketball fans, man. Dudes that's been in it since they came out they mama pussy, man. You know what I'm saying? It's a no-win situation because if you bring attention to something, you know what I'm saying, then you're giving them attention. But then when you try to correct somebody, you know what I'm saying, it's viewed as hateful. It's viewed as wrong. It's viewed as you hating on somebody. When you just telling the honest to God truth. And I think that's probably why a lot of people gonna have mixed thoughts about this whole situation. But shout out to Dreamers Pro, man. This is where I got my information from, even though this is Shannon Sharp Nightcat episode. So they was talking about LeBron or whatever. They talk about LeBron's longevity and stuff like that. And Shannon Sharp, in true Shannon Sharp fashion, has to ride for his boyfriend, King James, again. He said that, why is LeBron's expectation so high? And how come Michael Jordan on the Wizards' expectations wasn't high? And how come Kobe in the years of 2013 to 2016, why was the expectations lower for them, or why didn't they have expectations? This is plain and simple. This is easy as possible. LeBron is known to many people in this generation as the game's greatest player, right? A lot of people call him the GOAT, the king, the chosen one. This is what Chad Johnson was trying to tell him. Y'all put these standards and expectations on LeBron James. Y'all call him the greatest player to ever do it. Y'all say he's the best player in the league, even though when he's not. Y'all say that he's the greatest person to ever put on a pair of gym shoes. So we want to see that. With great expectations, we expect great results. Even if he's 42. The man's still averaging what? 24, 7 and 7? Even in his 23rd or 24th year, I should say, right? So he's going to have a different standard. And then not to mention, a lot of the teams that LeBron be on be really, really good and have really good players on those teams. LeBron was on teams with Kyrie Irving and Kevin Love. He was on teams with Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh and Ray Allen. He was on teams with Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves. He was on teams with Anthony Davis. He was on a team with Anthony Davis, Russell Westbrook, and Carmelo Anthony and shit, and Dwight Howard. Brown won a championship with AD, Rajon Rondo, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, with Jason Kidd as an assistant coach. Can't you see why the expectations are high? Do y'all understand why? Do you understand the difference? And we could bring up Michael Jordan. Fuck it, why not? Why don't we bring up Michael Jordan? Why wasn't his expectations the same? You could tell who watches basketball and you could tell who don't. Because back in 2002, you remember what happened in 2001. Kwame Brown was the number 1 overall pick. This is a lottery team that Michael Jordan is coming to, by the way. The main issue with the Washington Wizards was ticket sales. And Michael Jordan was thinking, what would help the ticket sales? Oh shit, me. That's who. So Michael Jordan came out of retirement to help fill the seats in Washington. They knew they weren't going to win. Look at the roster when Michael Jordan returned. Look at the motherfucking roster. You had Courtney Alexander, Kwame Brown, Richard Hamilton, Brendan Haywood, Christian Laettner, Tyronn Lue, Bobby Simmons, Etan Thomas, Jahidi White. You expect Michael Jordan to come out and win the championship with this group. They won 37 games. That's crazy that team even won 37 games. Michael Jordan averaged 23, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists that year. And he was an all-star. But take a look at this. No other all-stars on that team. Meanwhile, LeBron has always had an all-star at his disposal ever since he left for Miami. And even on Cleveland, he had Mo Williams and he had Zydrunas Ilgauskas, who were all-stars. And he had Antoine Jamison, and he had Shaquille O'Neal, and he had Ben Wallace. Those were all-stars. Michael Jordan in 2002 did not have an all-star. But you mean to tell me that Michael Jordan was expected to win a championship with no other all-stars? Now, Rip Hamilton did have average 20 a game. But who else on this team? I know Tyronn Lue's a former champion, but Tyronn Lue came off the bench on that team. Christian Laettner passed his prime. Outside of Jordan and Hamilton, nobody else but Chris Whitney averaged 10 points that season. But Michael Jordan was supposed to win the title in 2002. This is why there were no expectations. And then if you look at the season afterwards, he went 37 and 45 in both seasons, by the way. But in the 2002 season, the Wizards were the 5th seed. But around the time when Michael Jordan got hurt, that's the only reason why they didn't make the playoffs, because Michael Jordan played 60 games. If he plays all 82 games like he did the next season, that team would have made the playoffs. And they could have actually won a round, because you already know what time it is. This Mike. This the GOAT. It's a reason why LeBron was expected to also, and then also when LeBron went to LA, he had higher expectations because he was LeBron James. He was sent to LA to make the playoffs because they were in a playoff drought for the last few years. And the first year, what happened? He missed the playoffs. The next season, they went and got Anthony Davis. What happened? They went to the finals. They not only got AD, but they got Dwight Howard. They went and got Rajon Rondo. They got Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. They went and got Danny Green, I believe. They went and got J.R. Smith, Dion Waiters, even though Smith and Waiters did not play a lot of games. They drafted Alex Caruso. So y'all mean to tell me that y'all expected Mike to win with that caliber of talent? If Michael Jordan had that talent that I'm speaking about, they would have ran the table. They would have killed. I'm telling you. And then the next season in Washington, right, with Mike, wasn't much of a change here. They traded Rip for Jerry Stackhouse, okay? Who averaged 21 a game, but then he didn't finish out the season. He only played 70 games. And MJ's numbers were much lower. They added Larry Hughes, who was relatively young. Laettner was old. Kwame Brown didn't turn out to be much. Brendan Haywood was stealing some of his time. That season was just a complete mess. And they still won 37 games, which is wild. Michael Jordan was not held to the same standards at that time because his main focus was to fill the seats in Washington. He wasn't focused on winning any championships. And then he wasn't averaging 27, 7, and 7 either. He wasn't playing with Tracy McGrady or Vince Carter or Jason Kidd or Shaquille O'Neal or Kobe Bryant. He wasn't playing with other all-stars like LeBron James was. Then if you want to go to Kobe, let's go. Let's talk about Kobe Bryant. Let's see, why weren't the expectations the same? Kobe Bryant and Lakers fans were complaining that they weren't putting enough around Kobe Bryant. You look at this 2013 team. They did have expectations. They were expected to go to the finals. They were expected to win a championship in 2013. This is crazy as hell. Look at this roster. I mean, don't get me wrong. I know that my bad, y'all. I know that Dwight Howard was an all-star. We get it. We understand it. They had high expectations. But a lot of people talk without context. Dwight Howard in 2013 played with a bad back. Pau Gasol was coming off the bench. Dwight Howard was an all-star. Kobe Bryant was an all-star. They were definitely expected to win the championship in 2013. They did not get it done. They got swept by the Spurs. But if you provide proper context, Kobe Bryant tore his Achilles and was out for the playoffs where they got swept by the Spurs. It was literally Dwight Howard and Pau Gasol. And that was it. So Kobe Bryant wasn't even there. If Kobe's there, they at least get to the conference finals. Then we go to 2014. These guys won 27 games. But the reason why there was no expectation at all for Kobe Bryant, very simple. Kobe Bryant played 6 games in 2014. You bass-mouth motherfucker. Kobe Bryant played 6 games in 2014. There were no expectations for that team but to lose. 2015. Kobe Bryant only played 35 games. Look at the roster. Do you expect the Lakers to win a title with Vander Blue, Jabari Brown, Wesley Johnson, Jordan Hill, Jeremy Lin, Wayne Ellington, Jordan Clarkson, who was a kid, Nick Young, who was a grown kid, Carlos Boozer, who was 80 years old, Ryan Kelly, Ed Davis, who's a gambler, Ronnie Price, Tariq Black, Dwight Bucks, Robert Zachary, Julius Randle, who only played 1 game that year, Xavier Henry. Get the fuck out of here. Then 2016, this is Kobe's last season. Kobe played only 66 games. So the expectations was for Kobe Bryant to win a championship. That was y'all expectations? With a young Jordan Clarkson, veteran Lou Will, Julius Randle finally healthy, a 19-year-old D'Angelo Russell, a washed-up Roy Hibbert, Anthony Brown, Nick Young again, Metta World Peace, who was washed up by then. It's like, y'all got to stop this disrespect of players. It's different standards. It's different expectations. Mainly because LeBron is always playing with another all-star that's usually in their prime. Kobe Bryant only played with 1 all-star, still in his prime, with a bad back in Dwight Howard. When you saw Dwight Howard the next season in Houston, he was mid. Dwight Howard was never the same player after that back injury. We got to stop this. Michael Jordan had no other all-stars in Washington. LeBron James had all the stars. You see why we don't like LeBron. We see why we don't like LeBron fans. Because they're willing to go as far as to lie and change history when they weren't there to experience that. You can tell that Shannon Sharp's first strength of talking about something is the NFL. The NBA is not his strength. He was not watching basketball. He was not keeping up with basketball. Just because you watch a game, just because you're a fan of somebody, doesn't mean that you watch basketball and that you're a basketball enthusiast. I am. I eat shit, sleep this shit. You can't even see me. So, my main point is, this is why LeBron had different expectations than Kobe and MJ in their later years. Obviously, Kobe was hurt. Kobe was missing games. Like, he literally played 6 games one year, 35 games another year, played 60 in his... Yeah, literally played 66 games in his final year. He missed damn near 3 seasons. So no, there was no expectations. These guys never got through 2013 to 2016. Kobe did not play 82 games because he tore his Achilles in 2013 and was not able to fully recover from that injury. People love to hide that shit. People love to talk with no context. And I think that that's just the main issue right there. And then Michael Jordan fucked his knee up and missed the rest of the season in his first year in Washington. And then in the second year, he played all 82 games, but he had both of his knees drained after every game. That's what his teammate Eton Thomas said. You got to do some research, Shannon Sharp and Nightcap. Y'all niggas fucking up. Y'all need to be corrected. And stop lying. It's King No Nonsense, bitch.